there's probably a story there of how, maybe you weren't supported the way you wanted to be supported, or maybe you were isolated in terms of learning because you didn't speak the language as well as other people spoke, or English. You didn't speak English as well. And that really shaped you. Is that accurate? There's some seeds there.
Yeah, so for language, I'm actually pretty lucky in the sense that I moved. I was born in California, lived there for a year, then lived in Mexico for 2 years with my parents, and then we moved here when I turned four, and I turned four here. So the great thing about that age is that it's so easy to pick up new languages, and so I have been bilingual like basically my whole life. But it was when I got to elementary school that I kind of realized that I had two separate worlds. So I spoke Spanish at home and only at home, and I spoke English at school and only English at school. And so I've kind of always like balanced that um, like line between my two different worlds. And that kind of creates more of like a cultural identity like crisis that like um, I've often heard to it as referred to as like uh, immigration generation 1.5. So technically I did move here from a different country, but I've lived my whole like lived experience has been in this country,
Yeah.
but at home it's a different cultural experience. But in terms of school, so like I never had like a language barrier at school that I'm very like grateful for, because that is a really big issue and part of the reason why I want to teach ELL and bilingually. But mainly it was mostly like mental health at school. Um, and I had an undiagnosed ADHD um, diagnosis, I guess. For the longest time, it had always been difficult for me to concentrate, time management, get things done on time, and turn things in. And so I was a student in since like the fourth grade that had just piles of missing assignments. In fourth grade, I had to stay in from recess to like finish assignments. In middle school and high school, I just like consistently was behind on turning things in. Even though I got really good grades, they would be tanked by the assignment section because I just couldn't, for whatever reason, turn things in. And I internalized that and was like, wow, I'm just not a good student because like I just am. Like I'm just a bad student. And it wasn't until the end of high school that I was able to work through that and kind of create new strategies for myself that like supported myself. I also finally got diagnosed and had the right medication management for myself, and that was really affirming to know that it
Yeah.
wasn't just me. Um, and so
Who
then when
helped you to do
huh?
that? Was there someone there who helped you to get help, or said, Carla, you need to go and
My parents kind of. So again, like the cultural piece, uh, mental health is like hard in any culture, um, in like Mexican culture especially. My mom was definitely more open to it, but medications were like a hard line of like no for a while. So it wasn't until I got with the right therapist who really advocated for me and like said like no, like you really need to try this, like just see how it goes, that um, I was able to like do a lot better, and therapy really helped me like strategies for myself that I implemented in college. So college has gone a lot better for me,
wow,
um, like a lot better.
that's great.